Hi, boys and girls. I'm Teacher Regan with Easy Elimu. Welcome to Easy Elimu, where learning is simplified. Once again, we are still continuing with our topic of whole numbers. And under whole numbers, we are discussing operation signs. I believe this is not the first time you are coming across this particular word operation in mathematics. Your teacher in grade 4, your teacher as early as lower classes, you are able to discuss something on operation signs. So maybe just very fast, let us highlight some of the operation signs that we are familiar with. Yes, Ashlyn, addition, very good. So we have addition, and this is the sign for addition. Yes, Peter, subtraction, correct? Subtraction, denoted by that. Yes, Irene, multiplication. Multiplication. So we can have dot multiplication or a dot multiplication. Then we finally have a division. 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 We can represent division by that symbol, or sometimes remember whenever we are writing fractions, the slash means division. So that can be the symbol for division, or you can say if you have something like A over B, this implies A divided by B. So we can have, so these are the 4 basic operation signs that we have been discussing, and we shall continue using them as long as we keep on learning or studying mathematics. So in our today's session, I want us to discuss some of the terminologies or the vocabularies that the examiners are fond of using instead of using the word addition. In other words, how else can you know that you're supposed to add? How else can you know that you're supposed to subtract, multiply, or divide in an exam situation? That therefore brings us to the topic or the area whereby we are going to discuss some of the words that the examiners use or we can use instead of the word addition. Are we together? Good. So let us start with addition. Addition. So how else can we communicate addition? How else can we communicate addition? So addition can be highlighted by the following words. We can simply say add. We can simply say find the sum. We can simply say all together. You can simply say plus. You can simply say plus. That also means addition. So the examiner can tell you what is 7 plus 5. That means you're supposed to bring them together, add. Or simply add. They can directly say add the number of students in your class and the number of students in the other class. They can ask you to get the number of, buses in a particular bus station all together. You can also be asked to get the total. We can also use the word total to communicate addition. Are we communicating? So if you see some of these words, there are so many. Some are actually based on the circumstance under which the question is set. So there are so many, but these are some of the words that you can actually relate with addition. What of subtraction? Subtraction. What of subtraction? How else can we indicate subtraction in a question? Yes, Peter? Difference, very good. What is the difference between? We can talk of less. Apart from that, how else can we do it? Less. We can talk of take away. Take away this from that. Take away. How else can we communicate subtraction? Yes, Ashlyn? Minus, correct. We can talk of minus. 10 minus 3 means you're subtracting. What is the difference between 10 and 3? You're supposed to subtract. What is the difference? Or what is, if you can, how can you set an example using the word less? I am 5 years younger, or 2 less than. If the moment you see the word less than, it means you're supposed to get the difference. So, like I said, in addition, equally in subtraction, some of these words that can be used to express or communicate that you're supposed to subtract are quite many. So as you continue, you will interact with many of them. Though these are some of the basic ones that the examiners like using. So we have multiplication, 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 that is Roman 3, multiplication. Yes, how else can we communicate multiplication in exams? Yes, Angel? Multiply. Yeah, we can simply use the word multiply. Here you can add the word subtract. Just the way it is, they can use it the way it is, subtract. Here we can use the word multiply. We can use the word multiple, multiple, multiple. We can use the word product. We can use repeated addition. Multiplication also means repeated addition of a given quantity. You can also talk of number of times to mean addition. Number of times to mean addition. So those are some of the words that you can use to help you know that in this case I'm supposed to multiply. So when you see find the product, find the multiples and all that. So finally, let us discuss division. How else can you know that you're supposed to divide? Or how else can we communicate division? So, Roman 4, we have division. We can have the word like quotient. Quotient. You can find the words of number of groups. Number of groups. Mostly we use the word quotient, find the number of groups, or mostly equal groups. Number of equal groups, or they are asking you to get the number of 10 groups of 10 that can be obtained from a total population of your school. So that implies that you are supposed to divide. So if there is something more, you can actually interact with that as you go through your revision material. But basically, these are some of other or the mathematical terminologies that we can use to communicate the operation signs. Now from that point, we can now look at examples. Look at examples, simple examples, where we can use the 4 of the operation signs that we have just discussed. Let us start with addition. Let us start with addition in simple terms. So, you can have a word problem instructing you to add or find the sum, or find the total, or find, the total of items, depending on what you are working with. For example, starting with addition. Example you can have. The example we can have in this case, they can ask you, what is the total number What is the total number of students What is the total number of students? What is the total number of students that participated? Or we can change the question. We can change the question to read like this. You can say the number of students in junior secondary school, and primary section in PK school is 495 and 784 respectively. The number of students in junior secondary school and primary section in PK school is 495 and 784 respectively. Calculate the population, the total population, calculate the total population of students in PK school. So you can see in this scenario, the examiner is not asking you to add directly, but instead, the examiner is using the word total. So that total implies that you're supposed to find the sum, or you're supposed to add the number of students in JSS section and the number of students in primary section in PK school. So solution to that. So students in JSS are 495. Primary section, we have 784. Therefore, total is equal to 495 plus 784, where we have 495 plus 784. So when you are adding, the numbers that you are adding, we refer to them as addends. So this is our first addend, this is our second addend. So both these are referred to as addend. Are we together, class? Yeah. So we are going to add our addends. So 5 plus 4, that is 9. 9 plus 8, that is 17. Right, 7 we carry 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 plus 7, that is 12. So the total number of students in PK school is 1,279. Very fast, let us look at an example under subtraction. Unless you have any question, you can see they are very, very simple things. So an example under subtraction. Yes, let us write the example. Find the difference. Find the difference between 2,963 and 1,200. Find the difference between 2,963 and 1,200. So here, solution. So you can see in this case, the examiner or the question only has the word difference instead of the word subtract. So I'm just trying to give you scenarios whereby we can use the other alternative vocabularies to imply the same thing in mathematics. So here, this implies 2,963 minus 1,200. So who can tell us how we call the number that we are supposed to subtract something from and the number that we are subtracting? Who can tell us? Yes, John, try. 2,963 subtract 1,200. How do we call the number 2,963 and the number 1,200? Yes, John, can you try? So, good. So this one, we can call it minuend. And this one, or minuend, and this one we can call it subtrahend. So the examiners they seldom use such words, but you need to appreciate because they can tell you what is the difference between the minuend and the subtrahend. So unless you know what they mean, you won't be able to tackle such a question. So very first, let us solve this. So 3 take away 0, that is 3. And 6 take away 0, that is 6. 9 take away 2, that is 7. Then 2 take away 1, that is 1. So the difference between 2,963 and 1,200 is 1,763. So this is what we refer to as the difference. And this is here, whatever the number of students is what we refer to as the total or the sum. Are we together? So those are some of the examples that we can use to show how else subtraction and addition can be communicated in exam situations. Otherwise, if you do not have a unique question, we can take a short break, then we resume with multiplication and division.